with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
The moral decay of the country is on the fast track. And today we're going to explore whether or not the killing of the CEO of UnitedHealthcare was biblically justifiable. Before we get into that, I want to go into the court of public opinion. And we're going to go ahead and just go into the comment section on the video of the actual assassination and just see how the people feel about it so far. There are 732 comments and pretty much all of them are identical to these. Let's read a few. We're not going to go too deep into it. Sadly, coverage is being denied due to the fatal bullet being after the first bullet was delivered, hence making all subsequent bullets a pre-existing condition. Look at the CEO walking without a care in the world, and I wonder how many lives did it take to pay for a suit? When you put people in debt for the rest of their lives, they tend to hold a grudge, and I'm just amazed this is the first time. The pitchforks are out. Billionaires, beware. Unfortunately, my empathy coverage is out of network. I will be sending thoughts, prayers, and an explanation of your denied claim. Chilling. Why do I feel so warm and fuzzy then? Clearly, we can see in the court of public opinion, people tend to be pretty ecstatic about this. In fact, I have gone through a lot of these comments, and I've seen that some of these people seem to believe that this is going to have an effect on the insurance industry. Well, I'm here to tell you right now, it's not going to happen. And the reason being, of course, insurance is a for-profit company. They take in money with the expectation to never pay anything out. That's how insurance works. If we wanted things to be any different, the government would have to be involved. This is a for-profit company. And look, I'm not saying it's justifiable. I'm not saying it's morally correct. I, of course, think that, the insurance practices in this country are benevolent in nature. But that being stated, does that mean that murdering the CEO is something that is justifiable? First, what was on these bullets after they were fired?
CBS News has learned that the bullets fired had words written on them on the bullet casings. They were found on those shell casings recovered at the scene. Christina Fan joins us now live from the scene with an update on exactly what was said, what was written on those shell casings. Christina?
That's right, Chris. CBS News has just confirmed with law enforcement officials that the words deny, defend, and depose were written on those shell casings recovered right here behind us where the shooting took place. Investigators are now examining whether or not those words point to a motive related to insurance companies' responses to those claims.
Defend, deny, depose were the words that were placed on the shell casings of the bullets found on the crime scene. And so let us look a little bit deeper into that. What could the motive have been? Well, I think most people are pretty aware of what the motive was. There is a book that came out, Delay, Deny, Defend, Why Insurance Companies Don't Pay Claims and What You Can Do About It. Here's a question. Is this what you should do about it? I can tell you right now that I have a strong feeling that this is the way that society is moving towards, that if you don't like something or you don't like somebody or the way that things are going, then you execute them. I mean, we have an excellent example of that with the recent multiple attempts of assassination on Donald Trump. That being stated, insurance companies are famous for their prime goal of profiting. You pay them money, and they don't pay you anything back. It's literally a free money scheme. If people wanted anything different, then it would have to be a government regulation. Of course, a corporation is going to go that route because if they can get away with it, why wouldn't they, right? Because it's not just the CEO who gets to make these decisions. It is the board of directors and the stockholders and the shareholders that they answer to, right? And this is something that The Incredibles has nailed absolutely perfectly.
You authorized payment on the Walker policy?
Someone broke into their house, Mr. Huff. Their policy clearly covers him against
I don't want to know about their
litigation.
coverage, Bob. Don't tell me about their coverage. Tell me how you're keeping InsureCare in the black. Tell me how that's possible with you writing checks to every Harry Hardluck and Sally sob story that gives you a phone call.
Claim number is 158183. You will be...
Have you got him yet? Then where is he?
Mr. Huff would like to talk to you in his office.
Now?
Now.
Sit down, Bob. I'm not happy, Bob. Not happy. Ask me why.
Okay. Why?
Why what? Be specific, Bob.
Why are you unhappy?
Your customers make me unhappy.
What? You've gotten complaints?
Complaints I can handle. What I can't handle is your customers' inexplicable knowledge of InsureCare's inner workings. They're experts! Experts, Bob! Exploiting every loophole, dodging every obstacle! They're penetrating the bureaucracy!
Did I do something illegal?
No.
Are you saying we shouldn't help our customers?
The law requires that I answer no.
We're supposed to help people.
We're supposed to help our people! Starting with our stockholders, Bob! Who's helping them out, huh?
We are all aware that insurance companies are monstrous corporations that are greedy and perhaps wicked in nature. That being said, does that give us the right to be the judge? Let's go into Isaiah 33 verse 22. For the Most High is our judge, the Most High is our lawgiver, the Most High is our king. He will save us. Let's go a little bit further. Revelation 20, 11 through 15. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. Go to Matthew 7. Judge not that you be not judged. For with what judgment you judge, you will be judged, and with what measure you mete, it will be measured to you again. And why behold you the mote in your brother's eye, but consider not the beam that is in your own eye? Or how will you say to your brother, let me pull out the mote out of your eye, and behold the beam that is in your own eye? You're a hypocrite. And first you must cast out the beam out of your own eye, and then shall you see clearly to cast out the mote out of your brother's eye. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast you your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again to rend you. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. I'm not saying that the CEO is a righteous man. I would be more than surprised if he was, and I'd be willing to estimate that he is not. That being said, does that make you the bearer and the judge of life and death? Of course not. Of course, the Father in heaven has not ordained any of us to be the judge over one another in that circumstance, right? This is vigilantism, and this is going off their own moral judgment. He's declaring that this man's life is the cost of his business. And in my estimation, I don't believe that that is a righteous judgment. We'll come back and read this, but I want to read a couple other things first. Exodus 20, verse 13, you shall not murder. It is a commandment. Peter 3, 8 through 16. Finally, be you all of one mind, having compassion of one another. Love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous, not rendering evil for evil or railing for railing, but contrariwise blessing, knowing that you are thereunto called, that you should inherit a blessing. So just because someone else is wicked in your eyes and potentially wicked in the Father's eyes does not mean that you are the judge of wickedness upon their lives. For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil and his lips that they speak no guile. Let him eschew and hate evil and do good. Let him seek peace and ensue it. For the eyes of the Most High are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Most High is against them that do evil. And who is he that will harm you if you be followers of that which is good? And if you do suffer for righteousness' sake, be happy. Happy are you. Be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled, but sanctify the Most High God in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear, having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you, as of the evildoers, they can be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Messiah. So we can see here, just because someone else is evil, just because someone else is doing evil or wickedly, or they are involved in the wicked doings of a large corporation that harnesses and sucks life out of people and, in essence does make the decision of life or death for many people, what gives you the right to make the decision of life or death over human life? Certainly not the Father in heaven. Now, let's read a little bit more. Therefore, all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you, even so do to them. For this is the law and the prophets. Enter you in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which leads unto life, and few there be that find it. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree brings forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree brings forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that brings not forth good fruit is cut down and cast into the fire. Where by their fruits you shall know them. Not every one that says unto me, Master, Master, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that does the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name, and cast out devils, and in your name done many wonderful works, even perhaps killing wicked people? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you that work iniquity. Therefore, whoever hearing these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descends, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it did not fall, for it was founded upon a rock. And everyone that hears these sayings of mine and does them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And it came to pass, when Yeshua had ended these sayings, that the people were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught as one having authority, and not as the scribes. So you may ask, what is the point that I'm getting into here? The point that I'm getting into is that at the end of the day, it does not matter what your convictions are, whether you believe someone is wicked or sinful. No matter what, you do not have the right to make these decisions. Now, I'm not pointing to you saying you did it, but what I'm saying is that the person who did this is acting in unrighteousness. They are acting against the biblical perspective. That being said, if this person broke into your home and tried to assault your family, I would have a different perspective on that. But gunning down a man in the streets because of his own wickedness, in my estimation, and in my perception of the Bible's estimation, is not a reason for murder. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day. Be blessed.